Okay, let's do this. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to my stream. I'm Pierre, your host. I hope you're all doing great today. I know that I am. Thanks for asking. So my friends, let's not waste any time. We got lots to do. I don't have that much time to do it in today, unfortunately. So let's do what we always do to start off our stream. Let's go over to the computer. Let's check out what we did yesterday, and then we'll tackle our day from there. So, what did we do yesterday? Let me check this out. Let's look at our quick recap. And yes, we put the details on our leaves. Very good. So that was a magenta. Then we did the background of our spider plant, which we're going to start off and work on right away. And then we added the rest of the plants that were kind of missing. We put the first coat of white paint. Why? Well, for the very simple reason, because we want the colors that are going to go on top of the white to be nice and vibrant, right? We want them to be really intense, and the way to get those colors to be nicely intense, well, basically it's to put white paint in the background. Like that, I don't have to put like 3 or 4 coats of pink when it goes on top of the background colors if I don't put a white background. So anyways, that's basically the reason why. So what are we going to do? Like I mentioned a few seconds ago, the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to work on this spider plant with the blue. I'm going to add some light blue on top of that. And then we're going to just maybe finish off the details of these plants. And we're just going to continue to paint, right? Go round and round and get basically as much done as possible. So let me work on my blue. What am I going to do? I'm going to just grab like a little bit of cerulean blue, grab a palette right here, I guess, any one. There we go. I don't need much paint, really. Don't need much paint at all. So let's add some water to this because it's kind of thick and we want it to be able to glide on the canvas the way it should. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water and blend the water in with the cerulean blue paint, which I'm going to add a little bit of white to it. I can see it's a little dark. So I'm going to add a little bit of white paint to that. There we go. Okay, so let's blend this white paint and make this a lighter blue. There we go. Nice baby blue. So that looks like it's ready to go, right? Maybe just a little thick, maybe a little drop of water on that. There we go. Now we got to pick the right paintbrush for the job. Maybe this guy right here. So I'm put him to soak, and while I do that, I'm going to bring camera number 1 over. There we go. Like that, I can set this one up. There we go. I can even zoom in a little bit. There we go. Just like that. So that looks pretty good. And I do have my phone over there for Instagram. Maybe I'll bring that over. Like that, everybody can see what's going on. I'll just put this in back of the camera right here, just like that. And maybe I can even zoom in just a whisker. There we go. Okay, so we got that set up. Let me get rid of the excess water on my paintbrush and we'll get to work. Okay, so let's do this. There we go. All right, very good. Okay, we're going to let that dry. I might add a little bit of white to do some highlights when it's dry, but that will be for later. Now let's move on over to the plants next to it there, that kind of a darker magenta there. We're going to add details to that in a few seconds. First, I got to get the paint ready though, so I'll just bring this baby over here as we're getting the paint ready. That. And, okay, I have to remember to pinch means to move the camera further back. Like that. Okay. So let's get this this light magenta. I guess I can use the palette from yesterday. Again, I'm not going to need very much since it's just the highlights. So if I recall, the magenta has a tendency to overpower the white very quickly. So I am going to be careful and not use everything I put in my palette, on my palette. And actually, I'm going to play some music. So the music we're going to be listening to are my friends. Jacek is on the guitar. My friend Diego is on the violin. And Lucien is on the drum. So let's listen to that while I continue to paint and get things ready. And it'd be nice if I came over to the right camera. There we go. There we go, a nice little light magenta, almost pink color. Bonjour, ça va Marion?
Ça va et toi?
Oui. Tu vas bientôt rejoindre la famille là, non?
Dimanche.
Dimanche?
Ouais. Bon, dimanche, je pars le matin et j'arrive le soir en Bretagne.
Tu dois leur manquer aux enfants, non?
Ouais, je les ai appelés hier.
Ah, d'accord.
On a parlé longuement.
Ah bon.
Ouais, mais ils sont avec leur papa là.
Oui, mais enfin bon, maman, c'est autre chose quand même.
Ouais, c'est vraiment chouette toutes ces couleurs. Hein. En fait, ça va bien à tes petits.
On verra. J'ai l'impression que c'est un peu trop chargé, mais je verrai à la fin. D'habitude, je fais les trucs un peu plus épurés, mais là, j'ai décidé de... Bon, on va voir, hein. Faut changer, faut changer. On verra bien. Attends, merci. À tout à l'heure, oui. Okay, so I'm just going to keep plugging away. Maybe over here. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of pink, which which is slightly different than the magenta. Even when you add water to the magenta, it looks a lot like the pink, but slightly, well, slightly different. Whatever the hell that means. All right. Very good. So let's come on back over here. Stop the music for a second. And let me bring these cameras over here. Let me get rid of that little picture-in-picture thing that my program loves to do all by itself, which drives me up the wall. And where am I here? Okay, it's still there? God. Hey, why don't you go away? There you go. Oh my God. Okay, so what did I want to do? I wanted to get camera here, number 1, ready for the next phase, which is going to be my spider plant up here, which I'm going to tackle with a little bit of what? A little bit of green, like down here, this kind of green. So here's the green. Let me grab a palette. Okay. I'm not sure if this is the green. I don't think this is the right green. It's probably this one here. This looks more like it. I think it's called a phthalo green for some reason. Phalo. Phthalo green, but I'm not 100% sure. Because I transmuted the jar. You know, most of the jars that I buy come like in these kind of shape. And these jars are so narrow here that to get the last 2 inches of paint is a friggin' nightmare. Get it all over your hand. So I basically transfer the paint into larger jars that are so much more accessible to the last drop. So that is basically what I usually do. And once again, I'm just going to peel off the old paint. There we go. And reuse this as a palette. Very good. So where's my knife? Right here. I am not going to need all that much paint, really. Just a little bit of paint. And I'm going to actually add a little bit of water into my jar of paint because I can feel with this heat that it is stiffening up very quickly. So I'm just going to give it a quick shot of water. It'll make it feel better. There we go. Sure, that feels so much better. And actually, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm sure I'm going to feel a lot better as well if I have a little swig of water as well. Well, it's not cold, but it's wet. And that's what counts, really. So, where's the cap to this baby? What did I do with the cap? Well, maybe I'm using it as a palette, okay? Mystery solved. So, let's clean off our knife. We'll be adding a little bit of white paint to the green. Make it a lighter green. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So I guess we just need a little bit of that. There's really not much of a surface to paint. I mean, if you add all these leaves together, you probably have like, what, 10 square inches? Not that much. So let's clean off the knife. And then we'll mix the paint. Together. So I'm going to use this brush again, I guess. It's the right size. Let me plug up my white paint to make sure I don't get some green paint splattering in there. And, well, maybe I'll blend this with camera number 1 and do this together. And just bring it down like that. And I'll put a jar of water right here. I'll bring this guy over here as well. As you all know, we love juggling around with 3D cameras. So let's mix this white and green together to get a dark, but not too dark, of this phthalo green. Bring in just a tad of white. There we go. Just a little bit more white. I know this paint, when it dries, it's going to darken some more, so I'm just going to add more white to it. There we go. Yeah, I'm still going to add more white. I'd rather do it little by little until I find the hue that pleases me, rather than put a whole lot and then regretting it. So we'll just work our way to a color that pleases the eye. I'm just about there, I would guess, right there. That's pretty close. What do I think? So let's take a look. Honestly, I think it can go a little bit whiter. So I'm going to just switch back over here for a second, and I'm going to add a little bit more white paint. There we go, just a little bit of white paint on the side, and we'll bring it in, blend it in, and see what that does. First, clean off the knife. That's always a priority. There we go. And let's get back to our camera number 1 here. And we'll keep blending all this stuff. See if we can find the right color that we want. Just kind of a light green, light phthalo green. So I'll bring all the white in. There we go. Just like that. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. I wasn't sure how much does green or white there's always one color that overwhelms the other color. So you have to be careful when you're blending things in, not to lose your initial, what you had in mind to start off with. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go with this. So let's bring camera number 1 up, and we'll zoom in on our little spider plant right there. Very good. Well, I forgot to switch cameras. That's great. So let's do this. Merde. Shit. Too much water on the paintbrush, damn it. Okay. No damage done, fortunately. All right. There we go. Just grab a little bit right up here, though. Very good. So, let's get back to over here for a second. And I need to step back and take a look and see what's going on. Okay, very good. So I am going to move down to this lower left-hand corner. So let me bring the cameras and get those ready. Bring that back, bring this down. Something like that, I guess. I hope I won't be in the way. I shouldn't be. And then I'll just bring this baby over here for a few seconds until we mix the colors that we want. So again, we're going to go with some phthalo green. Yeah, some phthalo green and then some yellow on top of that. Okay. So, I got to think about this for a second. Maybe I'll start with yellow and then maybe the green. I gotta think about this here for a second. I'm hesitating about right in here. I want it to be green and yellow, and I'm just debating if I should start with the green and put the yellow afterwards, or should I go with the yellow and then the green? So, since I can't really see what I have to do, I'm not going to do it. Fuck it. I'm going to work on something else that I can see, and then it'll give me time to figure things out afterwards. So, where am I going? I'm going with some magenta here. I'm going to go with a dark magenta, and I'm going to basically do these flowers up here down in this lower left-hand corner. So you have a balance, more or less, of the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I guess I can use this palette right here. So some of this magenta, I'm going to add some white to it. White. Maybe start like that with a dark magenta. I guess so, dark magenta, I don't know.
Imbarazzare, marazzare mia, moreccio verania, marare sandre dara, amerezzore, marazzo marantari dara standorore, muricciore galamore di asseccaie. Sono marizzambaro cigagna marazzereccio. barattatiga, io ti pa. Il ciambaratto evro, te cabro, brazzata, evore. Umo brito, io
Et voilà.
piccagnato, i capilla, i papilazzo.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna if I don't see what I'm going to paint, I can't paint. So there's no point in me forcing myself to do something. If I can't see it, I can't see it. So right now I can't see this, this, and this. And I have to wait for this to dry and that. So I'm going to quit for today. What the hell? Always saying bad words. So anyways, I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. I'm saying this to my Instagram friends. Tomorrow is jeudi, donc on fait notre streaming en français. Et so thanks again for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll be here tomorrow, 3 p.m. if you're in France, 9 a.m. if you're in the States, or 7:30 if you're in Mumbai. Until tomorrow, I say ciao mes amis. So, you figure that one out. As I was saying to the Instagram folks, I'm calling it quits for the day. So what am I going to do? First of all, I'm going to start off by setting up the cameras so we can have a view from camera number 1 of more or less the whole painting. So let me put that somewhere like this. Right. Zoom in a little bit. Like that, and then I'll do the same with camera number 2 over here. Jesus, this little pop-up window drives me up the wall. There we go. And let me set up camera number 2, which I'm just going to do the same thing, except I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Just like that, and bring the camera up a little bit. There we go. So there we have it from view from camera number 2, and then camera number 1. And that concludes today's stream. So thanks very much for joining me. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. We'll continue this. Tomorrow is Thursday, so I usually do my stream in French. So it's a good time to brush up on your French. And anyways, I wish you a great day. I'm going to leave you with 2 things like I always do. The one is my schedule, and the other one is by saying, ciao mes amis.